It's the Pod in the City weekly roundup. I'm John.
And I'm Amanda, live from New York this entire weekend. It was a triumph for lovers of music and a fail for lovers of comedy.
Oh, baby, it was Snatch Game this week on Drag Race, which was the perfect supporting evidence, in my case, for casting older queens.
And let's all pour one out for Howie the Crab, the 10-year-old molting champion who taught us all that crabs are indeed sentient.
Oh, all this and so much more on this week's episode of the Pod in the City Weekly Roundup. Hi, guys.
Welcome. Happy Wednesday. It's noon on a Wednesday. And thank you for joining us.
Hi, Beakerface. Hi, Julie. Hi, Florida Stanley. Hi, Jen. Hi, Brie. No. What do you want?
Everyone is here. Everybody is Anya Gallant Dunkel. Hello, guys. Oh, we got a really big show actually this week. We're going to talk about like SNL, Howie the Crab, obviously biggest news of the day. And what else are we talking about? Traitors, Snatch Game.
Lots of shit. We're actually talking about lots of shit. And I am really excited because, every week we are here doing a live show on Wednesdays at noon. So make sure that you guys are subscribed and that you hit like, Henny. If you're tuning in for the first time, if you're just brand new, give us a like. We're in the time of supporting people. We're not supporting big businesses, and we're supporting small creators such as ourselves.
And we're so tiny too.
We're
like
so
the
tiny.
Littlest, oldest creators. Let's do some housekeeping really quickly.
Exactly. So, along with that, of course, besides our live every week, the weekly roundup, we do Sex and the City episodes each week. And this week, it was the big time. Samantha, she thinks she's getting menopause, y'all. And it was fun. I had fun. What I really had fun on, though, was our Patreon this week. Patreon.com/podinthecity. Amanda and I both had interesting encounters with men.
I'm prepping for mine, and Joan is post Malone.
I was getting Amanda lubed up for her.
So check that one out. It's a fun one over there this week.
Patreon.com/pod and the city. Also, if you feel like it, you can check out my doll YouTube channel. It's Open That Doll, youtube.com/@OpenThatDoll, I think. Check it out. Subscribe over there. I'm putting stuff up, and check out my TikTok.
Great. All right. I think that's
you know what? Check out Amanda's other podcast.
I have another podcast.
Because we should, boast everything.
It's called Pod in the City. It's called We Love to Hate Everything. And I was just telling Joan that this guy that I'm seeing was like, asked me last night, "What's your podcast? Like, where can I find it?" And I was like, "No, sweetie. No, baby." That's not going to be happening.
Absolutely.
Well, you know what happened actually, very depressingly. Yesterday, I was logged into our Pod in the City account, and a suggested video from Love to Hate Everything came up, and I clicked on it, and it was from 2023, like March, and I was shocked at what I looked like. Like, I look like a different person, which I guess is good, but especially now that you could just scroll back and watch me gain about 100.
Okay, but no one's doing that, sweetie. Remember what we remember. Most of the time, people are focused on themselves.
True.
Not you.
All right, well, let's get into some hot topics, Joan.
Get it while it's hot.
Topics. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, Danielle wrote, "No, sir, you don't go here." Exactly. Can us girls not just have something for ourselves? And Joan, who's now straight.
Oh yeah. Things are turning fucked up, y'all.
Listen to Pillow Talk. You can hear all about John's sexual encounter with a woman. Okay, our opening story here. Opening story. Howie the Crab died. And okay, look, it's not funny that this crab died. It is someone's pet. And I actually did learn through Howie the Crab that crabs are sentient, and I do not eat crabs. I think it's really fucked up how to boil live animals. I've learned a lot from Howie, and I actually do believe the crabs are sentient. Now, on the other part of it, Jody has been really yucking it up all week about this. So then on the next couple Patreons that are going to be coming out like in March, you're going to hear me tell Jody that Howie died and have like 10 minutes of her like laughing and making fun of me. So
what? Here's my perspective on Howie is, wow, I looked up last night, when I heard the news, I looked up what is the lifespan for these crabs, and it's like 5 to 7 years or something with good care. She's 10. It's like a situation where it's like, well, you've lived a long life. You've lived a long fruit. I mean, she got to wear 1 million hats and all of that. And be featured like on TikTok. She has a whole, molt watch. She started a revolution.
Watched several of them. Yeah. And actually, Anya Dunkel-Gallant, she's the one that she has a TikTok, a great TikTok. She's the one that I saw that Howie had actually passed. I knew that Howie lost a leg yesterday or 2 days ago. And that's what I was making fun of with Jody. So it's like 2 episodes in a row. You're going to hear us like making fun of this. I'm like, Howie lost a leg. And she's like, well, probably because it should be dead by now. Anyway. But then
so
posted a TikTok saying that she died. And I was like, oh no.
But I guess that is true that she passed away peacefully, and shit, she was 10 years old. I mean, my goodness.
Yeah, it's sad when someone loses a pet, but I mean, the lore behind it is just very funny, and it's kind of, it's been around.
It is very, yeah. Oh, I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. Anyway, yes, I agree. Okay, so next, speaking of crabs, we had Snatch game this week on Drag Race. We're just getting it out of the way here, babes.
Yeah,
Amanda did watch it.
Yes, we were both able to watch it.
Mm-hmm. You know what? Alyssa was there.
Thank God.
She didn't really provide a lot, and she laughed at moments where I was like, girl, this isn't funny.
Rue was being overtly like cunty. Like
I liked that.
Annoyed. Oh, I like it.
I feel, like I've bitched and moaned 5,000 times. I just think they need to get people with more experience on here, or people who just have a deeper knowledge of whatever,
Yes.
Or it doesn't seem that, I gotta be honest, and now, oh wow, someone would come for me at this of saying I feel like it does not seem like it'd be that hard doing what some of these people did. Okay, here are instances. Someone chose to do Rosa Parks. Okay. Her whole thing was that RuPaul, in the very first moment of being like, hi, Rosa Parks, how are you? Is the bus still running? And then it cuts to the girl playing, who was Lana Jarre. It cuts to her and be like, oh my God, Rue, you stole my line. I was supposed to say that. And I'm like,
yeah, so
that's what you came
prepared on that one joke.
That is what you came prepared with? No one knows what Rosa Parks sounded like. No one knows what she acted like. You could literally do anything. And you chose to just be like, yes, Rue, well, I ride on the bus every day. It's like, what?
And also she was dressed as I guess old Rosa Parks, but I feel like if you're going to do Rosa Parks, do it as the age she was at when everything happened, and then just be sassy or just be funny.
Something.
She played it as an old lady.
There was also someone who played Cupid, baby Cupid. And I swear to God, that was worse than Snooki wants smush smush and Kenya Michaels falling over playing Beyonce.
Someone farts.
Come on. I mean, this was a nightmare. It's like, hi, baby Cupid, how are you? And she's like, I'm a baby. I pooped in my diaper.
Literally.
That was the joke.
That was the joke.
I'm a baby. I don't know how to do anything. And they're like, well, don't you shoot arrows at people to make them fall in love? I guess I do.
It was, oh my God, it was so bad.
Have you ever watched Drag Race
fuckery? Oh no, it wasn't even romper room fuckery though. It wasn't even no one was even committed enough.
I wish that people would have been more over I would have actually liked it if they were into it. I understand that in the past there's always been bad people, but I do feel like
this was all bad, except for Eddie Murphy, which would have been middle in an earlier season.
There were 2 that I thought were okay. I have some problems. Now, you guys know I've been rooting for fucking Susie Toot, and the bitch pissed me off.
I'm interested about this, though, because I actually think the impression was good.
It was fine.
Good.
It was fine. You probably didn't see the Untucked clip. Okay, so here's what's going on.
Are you going to go through these pictures? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Susie Toot played Ellen Green, who was Audrey in the movie. She basically played Audrey from the movie of Little Shop of Horrors, okay? And she was very much into doing the impression, whatever. She wasn't funny, unfortunately, which is what you need to do here. It was, but she wanted to pay one problem that people will have in and this is only from my reference of watching every season multiple times, and like from the point of view of like, yeah, I'm not dumb. I could figure out what the fuck to pick. Too many people go into this with like a reverence for the character. Like she's like, you know what, if RuPaul had watched the movie the day before, she would know she would be like, wow, you're amazing. And I'm like,
I think RuPaul has seen the cult classic Little Shop of Horrors.
And I think you're missing the point, Miss Toot, and I will get back to you because I have things to say about your ass. Susie Toot, you let me down this week. I'll just wait. Miss Big Feet. Now, I did like this. This was played by Jules Sparkles, who has kind of, to me, been more of a look queen in my mind so far, but she served here and I liked it. And people online were like, you know what? You missed an opportunity here. Why didn't you call it the Yas Squatch? Like instead of the Sasquatch, like the Yas Squatch.
Sure. I mean, this was, again, fine. If this had been in like a season 5 or 6, it would have been middle or bottom.
I wouldn't say it would have been bottom. I would think it would be middle. Okay. I don't think it would be in the top because it's, I even look at like shit, Darian Lake playing Paula Dean.
Oh yeah, that was like good.
Like, and she was a middle contestant in that season. And I'm like, that would have been top this season.
Oh, that would have won. Yeah.
Like, okay, so great for her. Then the one that I did laugh out loud was Anya Nerve, who, you know what? People have been dragging her and being like, oh, she's going to be an early out. This bitch is winning. I'm sorry. I know I've been riding Susie Toot shit, but I'm calling it now. I think Anya Nerve deserves to win. And, they had Quinta Brunson was one of the judges this week. And she flat out was like, I could see Anya Nerve like being on hosting SNL and like blending in. Like she has a talent that is so rare. And it was like, wow, I love. Okay, so what happened in Untucked, all right, was Miss Susie Toot was feeling some kind of way. And they put her in Eclipse.
Oh, okay.
Amanda, don't call me out. Don't.
Oh no, I was genuinely asking because I asked had you send me Snatch games. I'm wondering you should have sent me this too.
It's like a TikTok I saw, and Susie Toot is like, yeah, fine. She's like, melting down in Untucked, which people do when they think that they're like Susie definitely went in there thinking I'm going to mop this shit. She even is in Untucked and was like, I was really expecting to win this week. So, and I'm like, here's a tip for you, kids. And now maybe this is because I'm almost 40 and Susie Toot is 23. Don't say that. Don't say that I should have won this or anything because they're gonna freaking take your ass out they're gonna just like make you look like a fool, like Boo Boo the Fool. Okay, so what happens is Susie Toot is in her feelings, she's whining and complaining, and she's like, well, you know what? Maybe if I was like Anya and I just threw on a wig and just acted like myself and was funny. And it's like, and a lot of people online have brought up, and it makes complete sense that, Susie, you're kind of dipping into some microaggressions here.
Oh, no, that's how I check it.
What are you saying here? You're saying that Anya Nerve acts like Eddie Murphy day to day?
Well, people act exactly the same as what she's saying. That's how I.
This is where I'm at, and I'm thinking, Miss Toot, shut the fuck up. You're looking real dumb here, and I understand you're in your feelings, but now I'm like, I don't even care. And you know what? I think that this could be a beautiful moment for something that we haven't seen in a minute.
And now I'm mourning a blue.
Now, Amanda's probably annoyed because she's like, this is already going to be so long anyway to begin with. Okay, this is not a moan. This is just a suggestion. As someone who is growing, and, I can always be wrong. Maybe when I'm 50, I'll look back and be like, John, when you were 39, you were a dumb fuck, and you should have shut the hell up. Lately, what I've noticed is, like on TikTok, and I have to really rein myself in, because I keep seeing, and I've brought this up before, but seeing opinion pieces of, people being like, if, oh God, what did they say? Something about this, why was Miss Big Feet not, like this should be considered one of the top performances of Snatch Game of all time. They didn't,
God,
whatever the fuck it was. And I'm like, what? I'm like, who truly has that perspective? Okay, then I have to do some backtracking to center myself. I click on their thing. I'm like, who is this fucking person? And then in their bio, it says 18. And I'm like,
yeah.
Now, I am just going to say that I am so grateful that when I was 18, the biggest extent we had was like MySpace, where I did shove my foot far in my mouth.
We all did.
Hardcore on there, I will say. But I'm in a point where I'm just like, here is a tip for people who are 18 to 35 even. Take more time to listen and less time to talk. You know what I mean? And I just feel like that is something that I wish I think I did get on that train after a while, but I wish I would have, like, when I was 16 years old, been like, okay, yeah, I want to listen to people. I don't need to prove myself all the time. I don't need to prove to everyone that I can do this and I can handle it. No, you can be young and you can be in the learning position sometimes. You don't need to be the authority on things when you're 18. Just saying. And I'm sorry, let's move on. Thank you.
Well, no, that TikTok that I sent to you where the person made a good point that the queens nowadays grew up, drag race was like in these queens' lives pretty much their whole life. And these queens are now going on Drag Race and picking Snatch Game characters just to win Snatch Game, not because they grew up watching, Liza with a Z.
Yeah, or seeing they don't even know what match game is, probably.
Right. Like they don't have an actual reverent, like they wouldn't know who these characters were on their own. Like,
and you can't say
people were.
And like, I wouldn't, when I was 22, if you wanted me to go up and do a celebrity impersonation, I would have self-imploded in 1 second. Like,
oh, for sure. But I think you and I would still also know like old school references.
Agreed. And you could play up you could literally be like, I'm Barbara Streisand, and you could do some of the most basic shit ever.
Yeah, but I don't think any of these people would even know who that is.
Like, whatever, like, and you could get with so that's what, but it's not that. But Miss Susie Toot knew who Ellen Green was and still wasn't good. Her whole bit was like that Ellen Green talks like this. And I'm like, does she talk like that?
Kind of. She kind of has a lisp and a few words, but it's so much more than that. But I feel like it made me want to watch old Snatch Games just to like good Snatch Games from season 2. Well, is there anything good in season 2? Pandora Box, Carol Channing.
And Tatiana as Brittany. But no, it also has like Sonique as Pink. Or no, Sonique was...
She was Pink.
Sonique Pink?
Or Lady Gaga, she said Trust.
Oh, she was Lady Gaga, and Morgan McMichaels was Pink, and she was like Party or some
roll,
shit.
Baby.
Like,
but even that was like better than like all of this. So let's move on though, shall we?
Great. Let's lock in here for SNL 50. Now, I was surprised at how much shit they had shit. Days of shit. They had promotions on TV, like they had the old stars returning to all these, interviews. And then on
Saturday, cool. Like actual Saturday night proper, they aired the very first episode ever of SNL, which was fun. So first, on Friday night, which was Valentine's night, I knew that there was going to be this concert at Radio City, and I'm not really a music listener, although I guess I used to be, and I'm starting to try to become one again. But I was like, I guess I'll tune into this just because there's nothing else on. And it turned out to be so unironically, they didn't try too hard. They didn't try to make it fun. It was full, just so much respect.
It was great.
Eras, and these people came out and they weren't pulling any punches. It was just like Eddie Vedder came out, B-52s, and they just performed to the best of their ability. Post Malone with Nirvana, I'm not a Nirvana head. I like the lore of the conspiracy theory that Courtney Love was involved, but I was like so moved. I cried. Let's go through some of the acts.
I loved the concert. I watched like most of the performances. You know,
cute. With the three ladies, they harmonized really well.
It was very cute.
Cher
was everything.
This was even fine. Like even you and me both said, Jimmy Fallon. I hate him, but like this was still fun.
No. This was the thing I said I didn't care for, and it was just because it's Jimmy Fallon. I cannot stand him. Like on a level that it's like him and James Corden to me are both on the same level.
No, James Corden is way worse than
I actually would put Jimmy Fallon over I hate Jimmy Fallon more than I hate James Corden.
Oh, well, we had the B-52s, which I never really cared about before, but I was thinking, I'm like, I feel like I would have been really into the B-52s if I was 10 years older because they're so weird. And
I was really into the B-52s growing up. For some reason, I was really into Rock Lobster, Love Shack. I think it was because they would play the Love Shack music video on like VH1 in the morning or something. And I remember watching music videos before school.
And then we had the Culps, which
this was great.
The younger generation was saying this isn't funny, which made me feel really old because I'm like, you don't understand what this is.
I saw comments of people being like, oh my God, this is not funny. They don't sound right. Like, why are they singing like that? And I'm like, huh?
This was my favorite part was Lady Gaga. And this was just the Lonely Island medley. And I was just like, I love that Lady Gaga seems to be like, she was very funny for one. She's like, Andy, don't be a bitch. She's just very fun. And then they sang Dick in a Box, which I think is very smart because Lady Gaga, there used to be that rumor that she's what's the word for it?
Yes.
That she had
a penis.
Yes, but then she would go on interviews and be like, well, what if I did?
I know. That was where I really started to have my love for Lady Gaga was back in the day when there is full-on interview. She's eating a sucker, like a piece of candy. And they're like, so people think that you have a penis or whatever. And she's like, so what if I did? And they're like, well, and she's like, would that be so wrong? And literally that was it. And I'm like, that's all it fucking takes.
What do you think of Chris Parnell?
Fine. He's great. You know what? This was fabulous because one piece of shit wasn't there.
Yes, Justin Timberlake.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, I know. I love that too.
You know,
Bill Hader refused.
Weird.
Isn't that weird?
It is weird, but I don't know. Maybe he just didn't want to have to do it. He has really bad
anxiety. I think it might have been what it was. Is he's like, maybe when he looks back on that, he was like, that was such a high-inducing anxiety, like tenure of my life that I just don't even want to go back to that headspace.
Now, speaking of pieces of shit that didn't show up, there was two pieces of shit that did show up who are on a redemption tour. They're trying to
it didn't work. People are giving them so much shit for it.
Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, they've been doing like everything. Ryan Reynolds like phoned into The Voice or something this week. Like, it's like how much what are you guys trying to do? Like, realize that people are like, take a seat, sit, like, just like maybe fade out for a minute.
I think he went to Hugh Jackman's show at one point a few weeks ago and like stood up in the audience.
That is fine, but he's now trying to make it into like a joke, kind of. He's like, oh yeah,
hilarious.
And I'm like, okay. One thing I loved,
I saw a blind item, by the way, that Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson are going to break up.
Why?
I don't know. I just saw
one. In my opinion, at that point, it's like, just stay married almost. Unless you guys are like fighting or something. Well, you know what? Who knows? Tom Hanks will probably have a young girlfriend in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I think that would really ruin his image. I don't think he would be that dumb.
Honey,
He's
men.
a man. He's a man.
I'm just gonna say men. Okay, so one thing that I was living for. Okay, so are we done with the music part?
Yes, we're done with the music. So now let's get into the real fail of the weekend. My God, SNL 40 was exactly like this. It's almost as if the SNL Radio City Music one was written by really good people, all millennials, and then this shit was written by the exact same people who fucked up the SNL 40 celebration by doing the Californians for 15 minutes, and they did Domingo in this one. We don't want to see new shit. Just like show us, don't put Kim Kardashian in there, put like Lorraine Newman in there. I don't need to see even Scarlett Johansson. I don't need to see them. I want to see all these people that haven't been seen in years and years. Come on.
Scarlett Johansson, I can there are some of the celebrities that I was okay with. People who have, like, hasn't Scarlett Johansson hosted a shit ton of times? Or, like, didn't she do drop-in characters and things like that? I can be kind of okay with Scarlett Johansson. Now, whoever the fuck decided, whatever branding or like, whether it was Universal, you know what I think is happening is that a lot of these people have contracts and shit with Universal, and they have movies coming out or TV shows, or they have whatever, and they're doing cross promotions. Because whoever decided that Kim Kardashian needed to be in the Judice, isn't that her name? Judice?
Yeah,
sketch?
Like Janice or something.
One where they're like, I'm Janice.
Were you at least, I was at least appreciative that she clearly took it seriously. I will give her that.
Amanda, what does it take to take that seriously?
I think a lot of people would fuck around up there or smile or laugh, and she committed to it.
Her face doesn't show laughter, just saying.
Okay.
I cannot stand the Kardashians. I think they can go the way of Amazon Prime. They spotlight the Trumps in a way that makes me want to fucking vomit. So they can go fuck all the way off. Anyway.
Okay. Well, wait, hang on. You got me sidetracked here.
Anyway, okay. The thing I want to mention about the special before this is they had a red carpet. And I you know, Emma Stone, I like her. You know, sometimes I'm like, okay, but I'm back on the track of her. I'm back on, baby. And she wore a dress that, you know what? I was obsessed because this was couture. Well, also being like so perfect for this thing. So guys, look up if you're not watching on video or just listening, look up Emma Stone red carpet of the Saturday Night Live 50. It's this red dress with this like
wearing it on TV, but she doesn't have the extra stuff here. So
it has like these pockets on the side, kind of, or these like peplum side things that are filled with popcorn, and she's holding a popcorn bucket. And as she walks out, the popcorn is falling onto the red carpet. And this is like a fashion moment. This is the kind of like shit that people who like actually like fashion probably I think would appreciate. Yes. Yeah, this is her with her man.
I think the reason she didn't wear it here is because she was introducing Sally O'Malley, and they were like kicking and stretching.
Yeah, it would fall out, and I totally get it.
Yeah, and someone has to go sweep up.
On the red carpet, I was like, wow.
What did you think of the show? Here's some stuff that happened in the show. We had this fucking goddamn Les Mis thing again. We had Mike Myers.
This made sense.
Yes, this
crossover made great sense. Mike Myers, Coffee Talk, Linda Richman, and what are these ladies?
Bronx Beat.
Okay, this made perfect sense. Thank you. This was
Rachel. I mean, I know I don't like recurring characters, but this worked, and they didn't try to make anyone laugh. They didn't like try to make them break.
This is what they should. The whole thing should have just been recurring characters, which is what it was, but. Some of the things they chose.
Black Jeopardy was honestly such a travesty. I don't know why more people aren't more up in arms about this as I was. I
heard that it was terrible. I didn't see it, but
this Domingo, you're into this, but I was less attracted to Pedro Pascal because he got off with the music and threw the whole rest of the song off.
I'm not into this, but I am. Okay, so they did the Domingo thing, which to me, this came out less than 6 months ago, and this is your
season, John.
This is your 50th anniversary, and you need something that came out 6 months ago.
I hate it. What? I hate it.
But they did it, and you know what? They actually had Sabrina Carpenter, who is the espresso singer, right?
And I do love her. I think she's actually great for SNL. And Bad Bunny and Molly Shannon were really like getting up on each other.
They incorporated a lot of people in this, like Martin Short, great, whatever. And they had Pedro Pascal play the older brother of Domingo, which, baby, Pedro Pascal, he's looking good these days. I think he looked better on this than I've seen him look ever. He looked hot. And then Bad Bunny came out. And, you know, I've been whatever about Bad Bunny. I do like that he's like on board with the LGBTQ community. Love that. And Molly Shannon, one to always play her character, her gig was that she had fucked him before, and so when she gets out there to dance, she is grinding on him. And there is a point in this where you can see a shift. Okay, she's down there like doing this thing, and then she reaches up and touches his face, and when she touches his face, you can tell he is starting. This is the moment, guys. Watch it back. Because he then reaches down with he wasn't really touching her or anything. And then once she touches his face, he reaches and like grabs her like the good way, like here, you know, holding her while she's grinding. And then as I watched that 500,000 times.
Okay, well, good for her.
But Pedro is looking fucking fine. Whatever he's doing, there are thoughts that people think he got a little face work done, which you know what? Good for you, baby. Good. You're looking fucking good.
Did you stay all the way to the end? Because Paul McCartney. No. I loved they did Golden Slimmers. It was really good.
Okay, one thing that's bugging me, and this is gonna go back to my thing about youngins. Is that I'm seeing comments online of people being like, oh my God, how could he not be feeling it with Sabrina Carpenter rubbing up all over him? Like, oh my God, he wanted it so bad. And I'm just like, are y'all dim? This man takes dick. What are we talking about? Anyway.
Well,
allegedly.
But hopefully him and Jonathan Bailey would be so hot.
I'm pretty sure him and Omar Apollo were having some trysts. There's a lot of photos of Pedro Pascal with beautiful men in beautiful places. That.
He's gonna date Sutton Foster in the next 6 months. Next story is staying on SNL here.
Guys, okay, we've been following that Mayhem is coming out. Gaga, Gabriel, are you here, babe? Gaga is coming out with Mayhem on March 7th, and then she is hosting and music guesting on SNL. And you know what? She is like one of the artists that, and I'm a stan for her, fine, but she actually is really good when she's on SNL.
Yeah, she's a theater kid.
Has good, like the sketches and the time she has hosted before, she was great. So I just am like, I'm actually genuinely excited. And I was like, Amanda, I'm actually going to watch that
Her marketing team is really good. The way they how they got it didn't it drop on the Super Bowl or something, the Mayhem thing, or
they were like teasing it leading up, but they dropped Grammys? The video for the single at, was it the
Grammys? I think it was the Grammys.
Oh, it was the Grammys, which is actually pretty cool because instead of doing just a performance, you're putting out your whole ass music video. I mean, that's pretty hot. I love it. Yeah, okay.
All right. Great.
I love her. And she is actually like, she's supposed to be touring sometime. And baby, I'm selling my kidney and I will be there. I want to be close too, because she's so talented. All right, slight shift. Now we've been seeing, actually, let's say this first, right? White Lotus is premiering, right, this week. It premiered.
It already premiered. I've seen the first episode, and I just wanted to really, guys, get on this mofo.
I haven't watched the first 2 seasons. Lotus. I'm going to binge it, but I'm kind of waiting now until a few episodes of this build up because I don't know if I can wait week to week.
Okay, so are you but do you even binge stuff? You can really knock out the whole first 2 seasons in a weekend.
I do. I just have to really focus in. I need to not have my phone. I need to not be looking at my phone because this you need to focus on, right?
I think each season is like 9 episodes. So you could you need to focus, but you will
Sydney Sweeney's in the first season.
It's so visually stunning. And then this 3rd season has the exact same feeling. It's Mike White again.
I love an all-inclusive, beautiful resort. So just that alone, I'm so on board for. And I did see there is possibly, people are thinking there might be like an incest story.
Right.
And I'm like,
yeah.
Let's see what happens.
It's right up my alley. And there's always a murder. It begins with a murder in every season. And then you don't know who dies. So then you spend the whole season kind of trying to figure out who died.
Yeah, they did change the song, didn't they?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the theme. Yeah, they did. I don't know if they changed it. I know that the first 2 seasons they just did a more like Italian version. The second season, I can't even really tell if this is the same song.
Yeah, it sounds completely different. I saw a thing where people were.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Anyway, speaking of, exotic locales. Oh well, Amanda deleted the photo.
I did. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Love Hotel is coming soon, which is basically the premise is it's going to be on Peacock, and it has Luann de Lesseps, it has Shannon Bedore, it has Giselle and Ashley from Potomac, Real Housewives of Potomac, and the 4 of them go to like an exotic, beautiful hotel, and it's a dating thing. And I'm so curious to see what's going to happen on it.
And Luann is in it, you said?
Yeah, Luann is one of the 4. And I'm assuming they're going to start trying to do this thing, and just because they don't even have, I was surprised they didn't include Housewives in the name or anything, but I'm assuming they're just trying to make it like an overarching, like we can do Love Hotel. And
is it going to be like Crappy Lake?
No, it's like a dating show.
Oh, here's a great
wow, fantastic. It's like they're going, and I guess it's going to be like a wide array of men, and they're going to like go on dates with them and try it. Who knows how produced this will be and how trashy it'll be, but I am so fucking on board.
So I'll watch it.
Baby. I can't wait. Speaking of shit I'm on board with, Traitors, it's still rolling along, and this week guys,
it was so long ago now, huh?
I hate well, it premieres on like Thursday.
Oh yeah, okay.
And so it's like, oh well, it's over. But I hate myself because Tom Sandoval needs to stay on this show till the end. He's one of the only, he's like the most entertaining part of it now, actually. So they did a challenge where they have to go listen to these they have to go into this creepy old cabin, take these baby dolls that have this music, like nursery rhymes played backwards. Then they need to listen to it, then go to a phone, call the people in the other place and like sing what the doll just did. And then they have to play it backwards on a thing, and then what else? It's this whole
on a
roundabout thing.
And then it'll tell you what the song is, right?
Tom Sandoval decided, I guess, that he had deemed himself because he's like, he outright has a talking head where he's like, I just think like most everyone else, like I'm pretty much like the only person here that's like musically inclined. So like his whole thing is he's yeah, he did cheat and he is a piece of shit.
The way it was shocking. Like it was really dirty. Like I know people cheat, but it was like
he like when he like used times when like he cheated on his partner of a long time, okay? And it was like when her grandmother died and she was away at her grandmother's funeral.
And her dog
when her dog died, he cheated on like the worst, just
with her best friend, and it was 9 months long. It was
and in that time of he fucked his partner's girlfriend or best friend, they would also then go on trips together, and they would like the 3 of them, and
it was very overt, and it was just very like they would dress
really
up
shady way.
It was just shitty, and he's
so. Here's my impression of Tom Sandoval. He'd get the doll, and then he'd be like, and then he'd go over to the phone, and he's like, this phone, and he'd be like. And please take a look at Alan's face in the background.
Alan is shitting his pants.
Y'all, Alan is a Broadway performer. He has a Tony, possibly more than one. And so this is his face to Tom, and then this is him just laughing out loud.
Character. This man does not break character, and he is fully breaking character in this moment.
And I think honestly, what this show, if it's smart, and the redemption that the world will get, and we're going to want, and I know people are like, get Tom off of there. Do you guys realize what we really want is we want Tom to be in the last moment of the show thinking that he's found every traitor. And then they're like, okay, you can't choose anyone else. And they're like, is there any traitors left? And Carolyn reveals herself, and then Tom is fucked and he wins nothing. That's what we want. So
yeah, I want a Joe Schmo situation.
We don't want him just kicked off one random week. We want to see him, devastated. Come on.
He's also so non-threatening. Like
no one thinks
to the end.
He's also so terrible that like no one in their right mind is like, yeah, he's a traitor.
Yeah.
Everyone's like,
he's too much of a narcissist to be a traitor. I think like he would just be so upset if people were like, if you had to like lie or like,
yes.
and then he made a statement that women are better at cheating.
So at the round table, he's like, you guys, because the whole argument is that there has to be one of the traitors has to be a woman because they've gotten out male traitors so far. And so he's like at the table, he's like, guys, it's just like statistically true that like women are better cheaters than men. And everyone at the table is like, Tom, are you really saying that? You're really saying that? And he's like, oh, wait. I mean, traitors are better than women traitors are better or whatever. Women are better at being traitors. I'm like, Tom.
Jay Schwa says, I fucking wish Rochelle had heard that. Me too.
She was exhausting me, though. I gotta be honest. Her whole bit of being like, I just, I don't even know who to vote for, so I'm gonna vote for Tom. It's like, girl, goodbye. Anyway,
goodbye.
Speaking of, beautiful singing, etc., it's time for the Broadway Beat, baby.
We're gonna make a little theme song at some point, not for next week. I'm not promising next week, but at some point we're gonna harmonize together. We decided we're gonna sing. All right.
Cynthia Erivo is gonna play Jesus in Jesus Christ Superstar at the Hollywood Bowl. Okay, great.
That's no. I dare someone to say that this is not going to be amazing.
This bitch could fucking sing like anything to me, and I would be like,
want to test her? You want to dare her to bring it?
Oh, I think she's going to devour, and people are going to be like, well, no one can ever do this as well as Cynthia.
Right. Ted Neely, though.
Yeah, fine. But what I'll say is this is going to eat. I won't be seeing it, but go off, girl. Something I did see was I had this weird thing this week where like I've been wanting to see the tours, like the national tours that come to town. And I'm always just like putting it out in my brain. I'm like, okay, someone's going to give me tickets. Well, on Sunday, I had a friend like an hour and a half before was like, hey, you want to go see Some Like It Hot at Gamage? And I was like, sure. And so I went. And then as I'm waiting for that to start, I had another friend be like, hey, I have someone who has tickets to Some Like It Hot at 6:30. Do you want to go? And I was like, well, where are the tickets? Because the first tickets were like up high and the second tickets were like down low. So I got to see it. And guys, I saw it. Some Like It Hot, the tour. Oh my God, this was so good. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And the whole idea, if you don't know about Some Like It Hot, is like these two men have to disguise themselves as women because they witness a murder. And what they've done is this was actually made, I think, in 2024 or 2023, maybe. The musical version. And what they did with the storyline is they kind of like turned it on its head a little bit. And one of the men, like the chance of, or they like having to disguise himself kind of awakened something inside of him that, he maybe didn't realize. And they kind of turn it on its head in a way of like, in the time of 1923 or whenever it took place, that like, guess what, guys? Trans people existed since the dawn of time. Just saying. And so I really, really loved it. And they handled it with like gentle care. And I loved it. It was so funny. If it comes to your town, I would definitely see it. Now, what I didn't realize was that Christian Borle was part of it. And y'all, we know how we feel about Christian Borle.
We like Christian Borle though, but he's like,
he's very talented, but
he's like so talented.
I definitely, for, 20 years thought he was gay. And then in the years that I've now found out he's straight and had an affair with Laura Bell Bundy, etc. Things
on Sutton Foster, who makes her way around.
Pieces are coming together. All right. And I guess Christian Borle played one of the leads in the show. Okay. And this show was written by Amber Ruffin and one other writer. And then this was included in the playbill. And I text this to Amanda because I was like, oh my God. Christian Borle and Joe Farrell, additional material. So guys, if you're not aware, this means that they were like rehearsing and Christian Borle was like, we got to brush up my scenes a little bit more. Like, give me more to do. Like, give me more bits and moments. So Joe Farrell and Christian Borle decided to create more moments for himself is what this is translating to. And here is the bio. Sure. Christian Borle and Joe Farrell met in a musical theater acting class in 1998. That turned out great for Christian. Joe went on to become a film and TV producer and is the chief creative officer of Funny or Die. Oh. Christian has more Tonys. Joe has more Emmys. Thank you, Casey.
All right. It's cheeky, Joan.
Is it? To say that turned out great for Christian. Christian has more Tonys and Joe has more Emmys. Like, this isn't gloating up.
I think it's like, oh, we're both so talented.
And so nonchalant about it. Is that what they're trying to like, instead of listing their accomplishments, is like, I have Tonys and he has Emmys.
Speaking of Christian Borle, I had a theater nightmare last night where I was supposed to go on for Elle Woods in Legally Blonde, a show that I don't know. And in the dream, I remember that me walking around in heels and being like, I can't, because my ankles fucked up. So like that's what my dream was me on stage and me with like a dead foot like clomping around on stage.
I've had numerous dreams where I'm in the dressing room for a show that I have no idea. Like, I know what the show is. I know what part I'm playing. I don't know any lines. I've never done a rehearsal or anything. And I'm in the process of getting ready and the show starts in 15 minutes. And it's like the 15 minutes leading up to doing a show that I have no idea what I'm doing. That is one of the most panic-inducing dreams you can have.
Also, I'm in perimenopause.
You're like, whoa.
What else is on our Broadway?
Okay, Broadway. This technically isn't Broadway, but it is stage.
Yeah, theater.
Jonathon Bailey, our baby. Guess what, guys? He's doing Shakespeare's Richard II. I'm sure this is boring. I think I've seen Richard II. But he plays Richard II, and oh, baby. Here are some stage shots.
Oh, yeah.
This man is so damn fine. I mean, this outfit is one of the dumbest looking, weirdest. What is this outfit? But he could pile drive me into a wall in this outfit. I don't even care that he's 5'8". I love this man. And I'm still, guys, it is still the countdown for Jurassic World Rebirth starring him this summer. And you guys, just be prepared to be sick of me. Be sick of me. Now,
Nick Cacciano posted a TikTok, or no, an Instagram story where it's like all the dinosaurs in Jurassic World when Jonathon Bailey shows up. And it's like, yes, yes, yes.
I think I did see that. Now, someone had a really great shot because I guess this show is kind of done in the round. And this is during curtain call. And it's Jonathon Bailey doing his bow and catching them watching him. And they have this filter. And the filter has just so perfectly put a heart right on his.
Oh, that's a filter.
Yeah, it was
lights on stage.
It was specific light to light his butthole.
Well, I thought maybe they were like projecting a bunch of hearts on the stage in Richard II. I don't know what that's about. Probably not. Hello?
Okay, I was just okay. All right, sorry. I was looking at what some comments we have. We have a Broadway lover. Claudia, are you a Broadway person?
Let us know.
Anyway, let us know, babes. All right. Now she's kind of being included because she is currently on Broadway somehow.
Off Broadway.
No, she's on Broadway now doing The Great Gatsby, babe.
Gross.
Sarah Hyland. We hear she's a monster, but it's being accused by this man named
Jeff Nye?
And I've now found out that he's a monster. So,
he's a man.
They both seem awful. And
I mean, they do, but I like when bitches get called out.
I'm just tired of is Sarah Hyland driving ticket sales for Broadway enough that you're like, we got to cast her? I mean, there has to be anyway.
Who are the Sarah Hyland fans out there?
That's what I'm saying, but whatever.
Great.
Whatever.
Well, I mean, I guess there's a feud going on, but she's not really participating in. But he people keep interviewing him about it, and I like that he's not backing down. He's like, yeah, she behaved badly, and I talked about it. Sorry. So good, but he seems awful too. All
yeah,
right,
for sure.
Wow, we're really clipping along here with the time. We're right.
It was
right in the sweet spot.
Babes. Whoa, I'm hearing myself majorly.
Oh, here, I'll turn it down.
All right. I saw a movie that, you know what? This was a warm hug, guys. And you know what we all need right now is a warm hug. If anyone has ever seen the Paddington movie, like the first Paddington movie, and then there's Paddington 2.
Doughboys loved Paddington 2. It's like their top movie of a couple years ago.
They have they get amazing reviews. They're just really well done, sweet movies that are all about, you know, found family and who you love. And, you know, I love anything like that. And I remember back in the day having a Paddington Bear thing and being obsessed because he had a little tag that was like, you know, take good care of him or whatever. So I saw Paddington in Peru.
God,
this is one of the only things out this weekend that I was like, okay, I'll see this. It has great reviews. The family goes to Peru because Paddington is from Peru, and his aunt is in an old home, nursing home for bears, okay, that's run by nuns. Anyway, I love this movie. It was great. It had, what is her name? Olivia Colman.
Ah, she's everywhere, huh?
She played the nun. And then there was Antonio Banderas, who I think is fine. I think they gave his character a little too much time. He plays like this man who, like, his whole lineage have been searching for gold. Like, that's their whole thing. And so he, like, basically the whole thing is that, like, Paddington, his family knew the lost city of El Dorado where there's gold. And so it's this whole, like, connection kind of thing, but it's super sweet. I would highly recommend going and seeing it because literally for the hour and 32 minutes or 40 minutes that I think it's actually an hour and 45 minutes, which is, you know, sizable for a movie, like a kid's movie. Yeah, I wouldn't even call this totally a kid's movie. I like forgot for brief moments, you know, it's like that TikTok that you see that's like how I'm feeling for 5 minutes, and then I remember who's president. It was one of those. Julie, baby!
Hey, Julie,
thanks for becoming a member, babe. And if you guys want to become members too, you could follow Julie's lead, because Julie is clearly intelligent.
More like Julie.
Fabulous taste. Yay. Fabulous taste. She's, I'm sure, educated.
Mandesha says, haven't watched last week. What was the movie last week? I don't even remember.
Amanda and I literally talked on the Patreon yesterday. I was like, yeah, you guys have to give us timestamps if you mention anything, because I can't remember shit. What was the movie last week? Heart Eyes? Was it Heart Eyes?
I know you. Oh, it was Super Bowl last week. So
I think it was Heart Eyes. It was the horror movie that was like about, it's a Valentine's, like couples are getting killed on Valentine's Day. Really liked it. It was like a back to horror, you know, slasher type shit.
Hey, Rebecca.
Hey, Rebecca. International.
Right. So you loved Paddington.
I loved it. You guys, I would see it if you just want to go see a movie that you're like, take your mind off things, but not be like jostled. It's, you know, there isn't a ton of just like crazy shit going on.
I feel like I would like to just get stoned and watch that. Except right now I'm currently watching the Gabby Petito documentary with me, which me and Jody will be discussing on Monday. If you're a member, do you get ads? I think you still get ads. I don't know. Maybe I'll look through our YouTube and figure out how to do
ads, unfortunately. But when you're a member, you get access to our like extra episodes every week.
Yes. Anyway, let's get into our last section here. TikTok.
TikTok, you don't stop.
All right, we got a few this week, actually, eh? Hello?
Yes. Okay, sorry. Companion. I saw Companion and I loved it too. I thought it was great. It's already on streaming. Wow.
Oh.
Okay.
That seems too
guys, if you see Companion, don't look up anything about it before you see it.
I already
then
looked
you'll
at
actually
it.
like it. Oh, okay, great. Well, okay, the big one trend that I've been seeing this week, I thought I'd start it off here, is that I keep seeing these videos where it's
Hilarious.
like a picture of someone as a kid. And it's like, this was what my favorite song was when I looked like this. And this person was Freak Like Me. But like, I think about myself and it like mine would be like Red Light Special by TLC. I was so into, which is about like being a hooker and fucking down.
I was listening to like Green Day. I was listening to a lot of music theater, so it would have been like, put on your Sunday clothes, there's lots of world out there.
Okay, well, yours would be a different niche.
Mine would have matched what I look like, is what
your parents didn't like, see, I was allowed a little more unfettered.
My parents let me do whatever I wanted. I was a latchkey kid. I preferred to listen to Put on your Sunday clothes.
See, the first CD I ever bought was TLC's Crazy Sexy Cool. And how the hell my dad let me buy that when I was like 7, I don't know.
Mine was Green Day and Jagged Little Pill. Those are pretty solid first albums, right?
Yep. Your turn.
Yeah.
Because
okay, next, guys, do you know who this girl is? I've been following her, and her symptoms are getting worse. But her name is Brooke Eby, and I've been following her for years. When she first came out and said, "Hi guys, I'm 29, and I got diagnosed, or 32, or however old she is. She's gorgeous. She got diagnosed with ALS. She's like, I have terminal ALS, and I've just been watching her. But she's like a comedian, and it's just like her story is just amazing. And like the other day, she like posted this thing. She's like, I'm starting to get the Stephen Hawking's lean. And then somebody like wrote Stephen Hawk-tuaing, and she wrote, put it on the grave. I just think it's a very classy and lovely way to handle this. And also it's raising so much awareness about this. And she's really doing it with such a dignity. So I don't know if anyone else is watching her, but give her a follow.
I definitely think that one way to handle that situation is through happiness and keeping a smile and you know what, think of the impact that you're making and the impression that you're going to leave on the world, which is amazing. Right?
Love it. Yeah, we're trying to keep it positive today. So here during Valentine's Day, there was this I love seeing people kind of getting trolled when they need to just have a seat. But Walmart was selling $25 vintage heart cakes, and a bunch of bakers, small business bakers were just up in arms about it. And then all I was watching was like troll videos being like, how dare Walmart do that? How dare make Walmart too poor to be able to buy a cake? You shouldn't be able to eat one.
The voiceover I heard is some girl. Now we found out that most of these homemade heart cakes are also made with like boxed cake mix, and people are charging $100 for them.
Yeah, and also I knew a guy who was a baker at Walmart or Safeway, and he woke up at like 4 a.m, and he was like a baker. So it's not like some 18-year-old kid making this, and even if it was, who cares?
The thing is, the people are upset because they're like, oh my God, they're stealing what we're making. But here's the thing, sweetie, you stole it from someone else. Unless you are the originator of the idea of these cakes, which
yes,
I'm pretty sure that person's probably dead, because these were around in what, 1925?
Just the shape. They were making
it's a heart-shaped cake. Yeah. I think unless you are the originator of this,
I can make this. I just make a bunch of cakes and even just cut them into really.
This? Do you know what you do? You take a round cake and you cut 2 of the corners off, and then you put them.
That's what people do, and you put them up. Yeah.
Whatever. That's how they make them. So the voiceover is the one that people are dragging. The one people are dragging the most is this girl being like, I just can't believe that Walmart would ever do something like this to us. We're home bakers, and if you can't have a birthday cake, birthday cakes are a luxury. And if you can't afford $100, then you just need to figure out something else. It's like,
it's outrageous.
A luxury. I'm sorry, babe. But what happened to when people just made a cake at home and threw it and put icing on it and then put 3 candles in it? Come on, people still do that.
Just the measured ingredients of like baking soda, flour, and salt or something.
It also has other things.
Love. You don't have the love.
Well, one thing you have to think, there is like the fat in that is this like beads, like microscopic beads of fat. No one.
Okay. I love fat.
All right. Hey, while you guys are here, if you haven't, make sure that you're subscribed. Also hit like. All right. I want us to mention that more. Also, check out our Patreon. Now, the thing that has infiltrated my TikTok, and I've seen this happen before. I guess that at some colleges, for part of like, if you're in a frat, they do these like shows, okay, where they like each frat.
A show.
It is a show, honey. Each frat basically comes up with a theme. I don't know who's choreographing these or whatever. And then they do dances, like choreographed dances, where mostly they're stripping, they're pretending to fuck each other, they're like pretending to blow each other, they're
comedy,
homoerotic to the hilt.
Gay panic.
Where I'm like, y'all have a little too much. Like, and as a gay man, I'm like, this is gayer than anything I've sucked dick. I mean, I suck dick. I mean, like,
yes.
Anyway, so
wait,
I'm straight.
You don't anymore. You love.
So I do have quite a few examples here that I thought would just be interesting to show, so you get a perspective, guys, in case you aren't a part of this. All right. So this is notice the men from Sig Chai or whatever are shirtless in black shorts, giving each other lap dances, grabbing each other's asses, and like bouncing on each other's dicks. All right. Here's another one. And this one is they're pretending to face fuck each other.
Yeah,
I guess. Now this is what's going to get us demonetized here, because I'm like, oh, face fucking. Here's another one where they decided they were going to dress like they were in prison and do some writing. Here is, they would do lineups where they will go to the front and grab their packages and stuff. And I'm thinking, honey, I should have joined a frat when I was in college, because baby, I'm sure that you would have had a lot of fun. I'm sure that if you are the bottom of the frat bottom, you are having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, continuing, here's more, pretending to fuck each other. Here is where they're stripping each other, which love. From behind, they go behind each other and pull each other's shirts off. Here's where they're throwing each other around.
Why does it keep saying period?
Because these were all from the same one, and some person I think is Erica Russo. You're being kind of homophobic here with your period joke. I think it's a joke of being like, period, like saying that they're faggots up here.
Yeah, okay.
And only I can say that they're faggots up here. Erica Russo.
I thought you were talking to me. I'm like, I wasn't going to say it.
Now, to really round it out, we have this, where the guys are in the back. And then these two are really, he throws his legs up, licks his hand, and then spanks the other one, and then pounds him on the stage. Yeah. For what reason? I'm not sure.
They have funny.
They haven't explained like this. I don't think this is a fundraiser. I don't know what this truly is. And then they did a Smash moment. If you want to go check out our Patreon, we've been doing Smash, and I go into a 5-minute rant about how they force Marilyn Monroe, the character, to pretend she's getting eaten out during a number, and it pissed me off. All right, so there you go, guys. If you're if you're in the age bracket to go rush a frat and you're a gay guy and you're looking for some horny dudes who clearly want to fuck, check it out, baby.
All right, what's the last couple things here? This is all you know.
No, it's you.
Oh yeah, Doug's winter party. I wanted to follow up on this. I think it was February 15th until the cops come. And it was very respectful. They sent, it was like a whole house full of shit. Just people sent.
Oh yeah, like they were doing. So if you don't know, Doug's winter party was this guy. Doug was like inviting people to come to his winter party. Okay. And so then once that of course hit, he's an old guy. Everyone loved it. Everyone's like, I want to go to Doug's party. I can't wait. So then all these companies now sent literally tons and tons of shit. I tried to watch a little bit of this, but didn't really seem like there were tons
but it is kind of great. That's kind of what I loved about it. It was just like a nice chill party, and people were super respectful. Nobody like showed up that wasn't invited. It was just the people who got the invitations, but they went live. Like it was live streaming, and they probably raised money for something. I don't know. People were watching, and it was just a lovely indication of people just feeling together. Can we just like feel like we're not alone in this damn world for a night?
It was sweet. And that's, community is so important, right? And speaking of, now we're going to end it. Couple things before we end. I want you to check out our
Patreon.
Check out our Patreon, patreon.com/podinthecity. Hit subscribe, hit like, check out our other videos. Fridays, we put out our Pod in the City episodes. Or if you're on Patreon, you get them early. This week, we did our pillow talk where Amanda and I talked about kinky sex. So you really want to listen.
Kink edition.
And I want to end with a little piece that this is a little call to action, y'all. I know some people don't want to hear about politics, but we are living in a time where fucking shit is fucked up. All right. And if you aren't, staying abreast, silence and plugging your ears, it's not going to work. I'm just being real with you. Putting your head in the sand for 4 years isn't gonna work. What I would suggest, though, is after this, first of all, leave us a comment. Stay for the rewatch for a couple minutes. Leave us a comment. Hit like, all that shit. Then go to Macklemore's YouTube page. Macklemore. I know. Thrift shop.
Yeah, he did thrift shop, obviously. I actually said that before we got on. He's like, do you know Macklemore? I'm like, didn't he sing gift shop or a thrift shop? Sounds like that. I'm like, I have no idea how I knew that.
See, I mean, that was a very popular song. So,
Sing it.
I'm going to pop some tags. I only got $20 in my pocket.
Keep going.
What is the rest? It's like.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
I don't know the rest of the words. Sure. Sorry, guys. But Macklemore actually is putting out some music that is really important, and it's important for an artist such as Macklemore. Like, I'm not saying Macklemore's like super popular now. He has 10 million subscribers though.
All right.
On
no, 1.2 million.
No, that's the views. He has 9.9 million subscribers.
Okay, great.
He has this video out now called Fucked Up. They're trying to suppress it. They're not really putting it out for people to watch. So you have to genuinely go search it out. And the first section, it says the most heroic word in all languages is revolution. And a lot of it it shows you some imagery that is hard to see, but it's things that are important. And if you are, I'm a self-preservation person, and sometimes I don't want to see shit that's rough, but it's really important. And I think guys should go all watch it. Here's just a couple moments from it that this is shitty shit, but there's really rougher moments about how, the world has him fucked up is basically, it's like, they got me fucked up is the chorus of it. And he just repeats that. And it's, here, take a look. Donald Trump is a puppet. Elon Musk put a bunch of money into our fucking government and is fucking everything up. So check out the video. It's really important. It'll get you pumped. Check it out. I really, really implore you. Just try it out. And we love you guys so much.
We love you guys. We'll see you next week. And, check out all our stuff. And when you watch our Sex and the City video, make sure that you comment. And oh my God, you guys, leave us a voicemail.
Oh, yes. Okay, so I forgot to mention that.
Oh my
I did
God.
post that we were doing that, but this coming week, we are recording our mailbag episode. Now, I think that we do have already a voicemail from Jen, and I think it's, please, Jen W, confirm that it's you. Oh, wait, maybe you don't have, oh shit, should I not confirm that it's you?
No, I think they say their name in it. But anyway.
But we have so many Jens that I'm like, which is which? And you just said your name was Jennifer in there. So, guys, we love you so much. Check out our voicemail. Check out all our shit. Subscribe, blah, 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 blah.
All the good stuff. We love you guys. Walter is ready to go, and I'm ready to eat a box of Kraft dinner, baby.
Ooh.
Have a wonderful week, guys.
We love ya.
Bye.
Bye.